Okay, I want you to imagine something. You're a Viking chieftain, one of the most feared warriors your tribe has ever known. You guard your little corner of Norway with an iron will and, of course, an iron axe. But here's the thing. Your most important job isn't on the battlefield. As you look at your family, you steel yourself because your deadliest enemy, a foe no axe can possibly chop down, is coming, and it's coming fast.
So, what is it? What could it be? Another tribe? Some giant beast from the mountains? Nope, you can't fight this enemy. There's just no way to behead this particular foe.
Your greatest enemy is, quite simply, the inevitable march of winter. See, in the frozen north, the weather doesn't just get a little chilly, it turns absolutely deadly. The nights get so long the temperatures are just bone-chilling, and once that frost settles in for good, you're either prepared or, well, it's already too late.
For any Viking, preparation is everything. Surviving that deep freeze isn't a battle you fight with swords. It's a battle fought with foresight, months and months in advance.
You know, surviving at home is one thing. You've got the Longhouse, this one huge room made of timber, packed tight around a central fire pit. That curved ceiling is actually genius. It traps the heat and pushes it right back down. But surviving out at sea? That's a whole other beast entirely. Out there is no fire. There's no shelter. It is just you against the raw, open water.
Back on land, the entire village is working around the clock. Your wife, your daughters, they're sewing these thick layers of wool, linen, and leather. Every single scrap of meat from the year's hunts gets smoked or salted, stockpiled to last for months. And all of that, plus grains and barrels of mead, that's your defense against the long, dark season. It just has to be enough.
But this year, it's not enough. The northern seas are going to be impassable with ice any day now, and you have to make a hard decision.
Your food stores are looking a lot smaller than in years past. You're just not confident it's going to last. So that means one more voyage. A few days to the west, there's this isolated village. Last fall, you actually killed their chief when they tried to raid your outpost. And now, a younger, less experienced chief is in charge. They are your target.
For a voyage like this, you don't choose the young guys who are trying to prove themselves. You send your own son back to the Longhouse to stand guard. No, for this, you choose the patriarchs, the men who've seen enough winters to know exactly what the sea can do to you. Out there, experience matters so much more than strength.
And so the journey begins. As brutal as winter is on land, believe me, the open water is 1,000 times worse.
The longboat itself is a huge problem. It's basically a floating tinderbox. All wood, sealed with pitch, reinforced with animal furs. What does that mean? It means no fire on board. Ever. No cooking, and more importantly, no heat. When night falls on the North Sea, there's literally nothing but darkness, wind, and freezing water. To fight that cold, your clothing becomes your armor. First, you've got a base layer of wool and linen to wick away any sweat. Over that, a double-layered reindeer hide to trap your body heat. And the final layer, a seal hide overcoat, which sheds water like you wouldn't believe. Every single piece is stitched together with bone needles, so tightly that not even the fiercest wind or sea spray can get through. It's your only shield against the elements.
But even with the best gear in the world, the journey takes its toll. The sea always demands a price.
The first crisis hits when you moor for the night. A wolf pack attacks. Your men fight them off, but it costs you. 2 men go down. The next day, one of the men, weak with fever, staggers to the side of the boat just as a wave hits. And just like that, he's gone. A few days later, a storm breaks over the side, completely soaking 4 men, and even though they all huddled together for warmth, 3 of them are dead by morning.
6 men. 6 of your crew are gone before the real fight has even started. All you can do is toast the dead, eat what you can, and press on.
And then, just before nightfall, you see it. Fires in the distance, the enemy.
You move like a shadow, taking out a lone guard without a sound. But as you get to the main storehouse, the hiss of an arrow just shatters the silence. The alarm has been raised. There's no time. You grab whatever you can, grain, dried meat, and spill back out into total chaos.
Shadows are charging at you through the dark. You're fighting on their ground, and they just keep coming. Just as you're about to be overwhelmed, Leif, your fiercest warrior, plants himself between you and the horde. He doesn't need to say a word. His signal is crystal clear. Run. The last thing you see of him is just a whirlwind of steel, holding the line.
You make it back to the longboat. Your friend Bjorn, he did his job. The enemy ships are all burning. No one can follow.
But as you're pushing off, a final flaming arrow slams into Ragnar's shoulder. He drops into the black water. You pull him back aboard, but the wound, the cold, it's too much. He dies before you can even make landfall again.
The journey back is grim. Your crew is thin, the work is so much heavier. There are no specialists now. It's just whoever's still standing, doing whatever needs to be done.
The fatigue settles in so deep it's in your bones. But then, you see it, the familiar rocky coast of your home. Home. You rouse the crew one last time.
But one man doesn't move. It's Bjorn. There are no wounds, no signs of sickness. It was just the relentless cold, the crushing exhaustion, and a heart that finally couldn't take any more. He made it all the way back, only to die within sight of home.
You are the last of your experienced warriors, backed by just a few young Vikings. But you've done it. The food you've brought back will keep your tribe safe for the winter. You've secured their future. You turn your eyes toward home.
And you just freeze. The sky is black with smoke. Firelight is flickering all over the coastline. Your village is burning.
You see your own longhouse just swallowed by flames. You don't know if your family escaped, if they're hiding somewhere, or if they're already gone. In that one moment, the biting winter wind means absolutely nothing. The cold is forgotten. You will sail again. You will hunt down whoever did this, and a single thought burns in your mind. Whatever cold is waiting out on that sea, it is nothing compared to the fire you are about to bring.